Welcome back. International markets are still digesting the impact of Osama bin Laden's death. Oil prices initially dropped on the news, but most international investors don't expect any long-term impact. Here in the Middle East, it's the regional unrest weighing on sentiment. Continuing violence in Syria prompted France and Germany to call for the EU to impose sanctions against the country's leaders. And as explosions rocked the rebel stronghold cities of Benghazi and Misrata, Turkey's Prime Minister Recep Erdogan called on Muammar Gaddafi to step down.
Muammar Gaddafi has to take this historical step for Libya's future, territorial integrity, peace, and stability. Under the current conditions, the most appropriate way is for him to hand over the power and administration to the true owner of power, that is, to the Libyan people.
Now, the wave of Arab unrest has had a significant spillover effect on many economies in the region. But the governor of the UAE's central bank, Sultan Nasser Al Suveydi, told John Defterios that the Emirates won't be affected despite regional problems.
The UAE economy depends on interaction with many economies in the world, and therefore I think the effect will be negligible. I don't think there will be effects from these turmoils in the region.
Transition in Egypt, transition in Tunisia, huge challenges in Libya. What is your biggest concern?
We are hopeful that things will settle and that Egypt will take the lead for a better reform, and other countries will follow suit.
Many people have talked about creating almost a Marshall Fund for the transitional governments of North Africa. Should the Gulf states be the ones leading, providing capital to get through the transition because of record oil prices?
Well, that is again a political issue, and a political decision will be needed to discuss such an issue and make a decision.
But it seems that time's moving in a very historic period without the capital. There's no tourism receipts, for example. Tourism's dried up. Foreign direct investments dried up. Shouldn't we speed up that process? Would that be a recommendation?
Well, yeah, I think certain countries in the Middle East are facing difficulties because of the disruptions and the cut off from normal business activities.
Do you worry yourself that it'll take, 12 to 18 months, 24 months for tourism and confidence to come back into some of these markets? The issues need to be settled first, and if there is a fairly settled position, I think regional tourism will move. And I think that hopefully will give confidence. We've seen a huge trend for the last 10 years of money coming from the Gulf states into the broader Middle East. They've been the leading investors in these countries. That needs to be sustained for these countries to make the transition, does it not?
Reform of the legal systems and laws, and reform of investment laws, all related procedures within these countries need to be improved. And if that happens, I think we will see a better investment flow, and as a matter of fact, trade flows as well.
It's interesting. Some people just simply say we need to root out corruption in some of these markets. Is it time to tackle some of these issues that have been left for too long?
It's always important to tackle issues of corruption for all countries.
And that completes this edition of CNN Marketplace Middle East. I'm Errol Barnett. Thanks for watching.